which nutritional supplements do I really need? If you're watching this video, I bet that you are either taking some nutritional supplementation or have considered how nutritional supplementation could actually benefit your health. The purpose of this video is to show you the 4 nutritional supplements that I have almost across the board recommended to all of my patients. But this wasn't done in a haphazard fashion. This was done because in my practice, I would make measurements of each of my patients, and across the board, I found out that people were deficient in these 4 primary supplements, and for good reason. My name's Scott Resnick. I'm a physician, and I'm making these videos because I want to give you good information. I want to help you to take charge of your life, feel good, live long, and so these videos are to give you the tools and the tips and the techniques that I have used in my functional medicine practice over the last decade with patients just like you. So I'm going to get into the 4 different supplements that I think are so important, and I'm going to give you a little bit of rationale as to why I think they're important. Now, I can tell you that 3 out of the 4 are ones that can and should be measured. And I often say that if you can't measure something, you can't manage it. So if you have the opportunity, find a doctor who will obtain these studies, or go into the description of this video and look below, because I'm giving you contacts to actually test these markers on yourself so you're not supplementing blindly. Probably the first and most important supplement that I use with my patients is magnesium. Now, I just did a whole long video about magnesium, the chemical characteristics, the salts that come in, the rationale for different usages of magnesium. And if you want to go check in on that, just look at this video right here. The next supplement that I recommend to each of my patients is vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is not really a vitamin. It's actually a derivative of cholesterol. And when you look at how it works in the body, it actually works more like a steroid hormone because it goes into the nucleus of cells and it tells the DNA how to work. In fact, there's something known as a vitamin D receptor on cells, and that vitamin D is also responsible for activating some 10% of our DNA. So is it any wonder that any number of different clinical conditions, from Alzheimer's to cardiovascular disease to autoimmunity, can all be associated with a vitamin D deficiency? Now, I'm making this video from the Pacific Northwest, and if I look outside my window right now, it's cloudy, like it's been for about the last 2 weeks. I can tell you that even in environments where there is a lot of sun, we still see very, very low levels of vitamin D. So check your vitamin D and know where it is. And the other thing about vitamin D supplementation is that the vast majority of people are taking too little. I can tell you in my clinical practice that most people need about 5,000 international units daily, and that seems to get them into a vitamin D level somewhere within that 50 to 70 range, which I think is optimal. The third supplement that is so important are the omega-3 fats. So omega-3 fats are a type of fat which is found in several different oils, coconut oil, for example, and it also is found in fish. These are what are known as essential fatty acids. So when you hear essential anywhere when I'm talking about something about the body, it means the body's not so good at manufacturing it itself. It's something that we need to get out of our diet. However, with the number of people in our society who either don't eat fish or are not consuming the correct type of oils on a regular basis, I often see some pretty significant omega-3 deficiencies. And when you go to the literature to start to see what clinical conditions are associated with omega-3 fat deficiencies, they are numerous. So why are these important? I believe that there are 2 primary reasons why these omega-3 fats are so important. The first has to do with immune signaling. So we know that people that have higher levels of the omega-3 fats, as measured by something known as the omega-3 index, tend to have more quieted down immune systems. In other words, these fats have an ability to work through other molecules in our immune system and kind of tell the cells that everything's doing pretty well. The other reason why the omega-3 fats are so important has to do with cell membrane structure. So you might have heard that our brain is something like 60% cholesterol, or 60% fat, and of that fat in our brain, some 25% is cholesterol. Well, we also have the omega-3 fats as part of our cell membranes throughout our entire body. these fats are important because they're not linear. So when you talk about what's known as a saturated fat, and these are the, well, the saturated fats that we all know are not good for our health, including trans fats, what happens is they all pack together in the cell membranes tightly because they're linear. What happens is the omega-3 fats actually have a bend in the middle of the molecule that causes the molecules to allow more fluidity and looseness in the cell membranes. And when you have cell membranes that are more loose and fluid, they just seem to work better. The final supplement that I recommend for all my patients is something known as Psyllium. This is probably the safest, cheapest, and across the board, one of the most valuable supplements that I use in my clinical practice. Psyllium husk is a non-digestible fiber. It's present in the hull of a plant and is used around the world for any number of different industrial reasons. However, when it's incorporated into our diet, magic happens downstream. One of the most important things is that the psyllium fiber actually feeds beneficial type of bacteria that live in our gut. And when exposed to different types of bacteria, namely the bifidobacter bacteria, they begin to utilize these fibers and create what's known as short-chain fatty acids. And I'm not going to get into too much of the science right now, but just know that across the board, when we're making the right type of short-chain fatty acids, again, this gives a direct communication to our immunity, our immune cells, and our overall health. So Psyllium husk is easy, it's 100% safe, it's inexpensive, and it gives the benefits of detoxification, of improving bowel function, of optimizing our immune system function, and creating these omega-3 fats. Now, I don't take all 4 of these supplements, and I'll tell you why. The reason I don't is because I have measured my levels of my omega-3 fats and my magnesium using a red blood cell magnesium, and I am in the normal range, so I don't need to supplement these nutrients, but so many other people are deficient. I probably eat salmon twice a week and probably consume another 4 tablespoons of olive oil daily. When I measured my omega-3 index, it was really in the high normal range, which is where you want to have it. Once again, I'm Scott Resnick. I'm making these videos for your benefit. I think we're entering an exciting time in medicine where you, the healthcare consumer, can learn so much about your body and can begin to take the steps to really turn around your life to one of optimal health. If you like these videos, of course, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I just want to put a plug in for an ebook that I've written that helps people to address fatigue, which is one of the most common diagnoses I saw in my medical practice. So if you go to scottresnickmd.com, link below, you can just download your free book. Once again, think of these 4 different supplements, but ideally think about measuring them. So if you can measure a red blood cell magnesium, omega-3 index, vitamin D level, you're off to a good start, and supplement with precision. Okay, I'll see you in an upcoming video.